What's up, guys and girls? Welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to talk about the wolves in the God of War Ragnarok trailer, where they come from and why they are here. Before we continue, I want to ask that you all hit the like button. I'm gonna be honest, the channel has grown a lot over the past few videos, and the reason is you hitting the like button. It really means a lot. Here are some of the answers from yesterday's video. I admit it was an easier question, but the one before that was hard, so I thought I'd take it easy, but this question is going to be a lot tougher. This video's trivia question is, in God of War 3, before you enter through the gate that leads to Persephone's shrine, there is a carving of a previous boss in another God of War game on the gate you go through. Who was the carving on the gate? Type your answers now, and at the end I'll reveal the answer. This is going to be a bit tougher. So, where did the wolves come from? The one we see in the God of War Ragnarok trailer, because they appear out of nowhere and they don't have an exact reference in God of War 2018. But what we do know about the wolves is their names. Santa Monica actually revealed them over on Twitter. Here is that screenshot. To find out who they are or where they came from, I think we need to look at lore and legends. At this point in the story, Kratos goes off by himself, leaving Atreus and Mimir by themselves, when suddenly a whole pack of wolves come out of the forest and they surround Atreus. Mimir tells Atreus to get ready for battle, but Atreus is already drawing his bow. He hopes if he hurts one of the wolves, the rest will run off. However, before the fight starts, all the wolves at the same time start to howl. Soon, Atreus felt a buzzing in his head. He slowly puts the bow down, which puzzles Mimir. This goes on for a while until Kratos returns. Once Kratos returns, he asks Atreus if they attacked him. Atreus laughs at the mere thought of them attacking, but does not fully understand why he's laughing. Now, this is the theory section of this video. I believe these wolves were sent by none other than Angrboda. Not the Angrboda we see in the Ragnarok trailer, but an older version of her. I think that the Angrboda we saw in the trailer came from the future. I already made a theory about that, you can check that out at the very end. I think this pack of wolves were sent by Angrboda from this timeline to make contact with Loki the very moment he was alone. I think they did this to show that they are not a threat and that they are allies to him. Which is why Atreus put his bow down after his head started buzzing when they started howling, and laughing when Kratos asked him if they attacked. Once they made contact to show that they're not a threat, eventually the two wolves we see in the trailer come out and approach them directly. But at this point, Atreus is already familiar with them, so Kratos does not attack. Again, this is Loki's story. God of War 2018 served as the origin of Loki, and Loki wanting to find out who he is what God of War Ragnarok is going to be about. I think Angrboda and her wolves are all pushing and aiding Atreus in his journey to find out who he really is, who Loki is. Remember, he actually said this in the Ragnarok trailer. So yeah, I think Angrboda sent these wolves, but what evidence do I have that the two wolves in the trailer belong to Angrboda? First, if you look at the first shrine you actually walk past in the actual story of the game, it's Angrboda's shrine. This shrine is special. If you translate it, you can see that Loki's name as well as her name is on this shrine. And if you look at the shrine, there is a bunch of wolves surrounding her, and they're all howling in the same way they were howling at Atreus. I believe these are all her children, not just Fenrir and not just the serpent we see, but all of the wolves we see in this mural. I think the two wolves we see are two of the wolves we see on this shrine that is around Angrboda howling at her. I think these two wolves are sent to help Atreus and Kratos. As we see in the trailer, we're actually using them as a sled to get around the new frozen Midgard. This makes absolutely perfect sense, since again this game is going to be how Loki develops. In the first game, Atreus is understanding that he is this separate person that his mother wanted him to be, and as we saw in the Ragnarok trailer, he wants to actively find out who he is. He doesn't want to stay in the forest. That's not his destiny. So these two wolves are helping them get around the new frozen Midgard. Kratos is accepting of them because Atreus, Loki, is accepting of him. It's his empathy towards all of the creatures and him be able to communicate with creatures and understand how they're feeling is again pushing the story forward, which is the character of Loki. But is there anything else that's connecting Loki to wolves? God of War 2018's director Cory Barlog said this in an interview once Atreus finds out he is a god. Take a look.
The first question Atreus asks when he finds out he's a god, can I turn you into an animal?
Yeah.
This is so awesome.
I think that'll come into play later. That's what I feel like.
What kind of animal did he ask to turn into?
It's like not a raven.
You're asking
a
us.
raven or a crow?
Well, because it's super relevant.
Oh.
A wolf?
A wolf.
And what character is that like associated with? Loki.
Oh.
Just telling you even then.
Dang it. See if I was
Dang
like,
it!
I
All the time.
thought I knew about
I think that's the
Everything
first
is there.
ability he gets too.
Is the wolf.
Is the
Yep.
spirit.
Can I turn into an animal?
Can you turn into an animal?
You sure I can't turn into a wolf?
You are welcome to surprise me.
Now, there are other references to Loki and this wolf connection even at the very beginning of God of War 2018. If you actually explored once the journey began, you could actually find a pack of wolves. Once you kill these wolves, Atreus says they were just hungry and he feels bad for these wolves. To Kratos doesn't really comment too much, but I do think that this is a very subtle detail. Also, the room where you freeze your first wheel in that puzzle, if you explore, you can actually find wolf statues as well, which means that Faye's hiding spot was actually around a place where wolves were being worshipped. And there are so many other references to wolves even at the very beginning of the game. I made a dedicated video talking about all the references. I will also link that at the end of this video in case you want to see it. But that's going to be it for this video. Again, I think that the two wolves we see in the trailer belong to Angrboda. This timeline's Angrboda, and she sent them to help aid us in our quest to, do whatever we have to do in Ragnarok for Loki to find out who he really is as a person. Now, the trivia question's answer is Charon. At least I believe that's how you pronounce it. Charon was featured in Chains of Olympus. We needed his boat to find a way into Elysium. We actually fought him twice. In the first fight, Kratos lost. The second fight, he came back and we destroyed him. But that's who this reference is. Maybe Hades and Charon were friends. This is probably the only reason why he will put Charon's carving in front of the gate that led to Persephone's chamber. Which is ironic because Kratos actually destroyed Charon and Persephone, which I think is hilarious because Kratos will go on to destroy Hades. But that is this video. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know. Please hit that like button as well. Deuces, everybody.